Hey, what's up YouTube? Alright, so I'm actually on YouTube looking at how to reassemble my Baitcaster reel, and this is not working out too well. I took it apart to clean it because it was messing up. All the pieces, it was just kind of binding up and things, and stuff wasn't working, and it was hard to reel, and then, I don't know, it seemed like it was really loose. But anyway, so I figured I'd take it all apart, get all the old grease and stuff out of it. So I was watching some videos on YouTube of how to do so. So I got some grease, got some oils and things like that to see if I could take it apart and clean it. Well, I wasn't exactly sure how to take it apart because I'd never done this before. Now this is a Penn, which one is this? The Penn Squidder. This thing is old. I don't know if you can read that or not. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Do this one-handed. So, no, my lighting sucks. Sorry. Anyway, I'll just read it to you. Penn Squidder from Penn Fishing Tackle. Anyway, whatever. This is an old reel, but I got it for like 15 bucks, so I'm not going to complain, and it works good for heavy duty fishing. So anyway, so first off, made the mistake of taking out the wrong screws. Actually, I took out all the screws. So the 4 screws that mount underneath, I took those out, and that was a huge mistake because then all the pieces fell out. So basically all you do is, I think you just twist it and pull it off. Oh, sorry, you got to take off the handle. So take off the handle and then twist it. Let's see, counterclockwise, and then it pops off. So you don't even have to take the screws out. But I made the mistake of taking the screws out, and then I took this piece off, and all these little components laid inside of here. So I was trying to figure out what the heck to do. So basically I've gotten it back together from what I can tell so far. So if you ever do this, basically this is what it looks like. So here's where the actual reel handle goes through this hole. Below that is the gear that rides on the center shaft of the reel itself. Now this race, I guess, sits right here. So this will basically be down. So this is kind of flipped upside down. Underneath that there's a groove in here where this like brass horseshoe shaped piece sits. So I don't want to take this apart because I just got it back together. But anyway, this brass horseshoe shaped piece sits in here with the open side towards the reel handle. Underneath each side, here and here, there's a spring under each side, so make sure you have those springs. So those go underneath there, then the tension goes against it, and then this piece goes on. Obviously the groove sets along here, and then this locks onto your selector for being able to free cast, or your basically cast selector. Keep close attention to this spring right here, because this little spring pops off. It comes in from the bottom of this, and then it sits in this groove right here. So when you select back and forth, basically this is what keeps the tension. The screws, as you can see, come right up from the bottom and go through these holes on each side. So there, now I got those screws on each side, and then these will eventually thread to this plate right here. So let me get on with that. Oh, sorry, this little tooth piece right here, and this basically selects whether when it casts out, if you can backspin your reel or if your reel locks up, is what that selector does. And a screw goes up through that also. So I'll put that here in just a second. Now these 2 screws are the ones that are threaded all the way up, like that. These are all thread. And then these ones are only threaded at the very tip, like the last, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch are going through the holes that go basically in the middle of the reel face itself. These 2 are the ones that are threaded all the way up. So let me get these pieces back together, and then I'll show you afterwards. Okay, well, I got it back together. So basically what you have to do is start dropping the gear assembly down in there with this plate, and then the little selector here for being able to backspin, things like that. You have to kind of fish that in. You have to fish that in as you're dropping it in there together. Now, I don't know if I got that right, because it doesn't seem like this little thing is going to catch on the teeth the right way. So, but there's no way to take them apart unless, I might have put it in there backwards. I don't know. Might have to take that apart and see, because I don't know if I got that right. It looks right. Seems like it acts right, except for the teeth are backwards, or the little catch isn't going to catch on the teeth the right way. So, let me take it apart again and see. But I mean, as you can see, I got everything the right way here. This is working. See how that works? Bam, like that. Yeah, I gotta check my other piece. I think is wrong. So let me take this apart again, see what I got. Okay, figured out what I did. So the little catch that comes off of the lever here, the little catch in there, I actually had it running up and riding on. Had it running up and riding on the top edge of the gear instead of running actually below the gear. So basically, if you were to look at it from this side, if this was see-through, I had the little catch arm running up across this way instead of running down this way along the bottom edge. Now when you put it in, you need to make sure that you get it, because there's like little, this one's got like leather pads in there for the drag setting, and you got to make sure that you have the leather pads in the right order. It kind of basically, it's like a parfait, so you have like a brass washer and then a piece of leather and then a brass, and so it's like kind of like clutch plates on an old motorcycle. So that's the best way I can explain it. But anyway, so I got it back together, and it was really easy actually, kind of from the picture that I took. As you can see, the short edge runs right along the edge of the plate, and then this arm runs on the inside. See, before I had it actually up here running on the top edge of the gear. So this should put it back together the right way. So, alright. Got the screws in. I'm going to be tightening those down. And then I do believe it is time to reassemble everything. Don't forget your bushing that goes underneath the reel. Basically slides down in there. Now I did grease everything up. I did clean out all the oil cups and everything, so I can oil it in the future. But anyway, let me finish getting it put back together, and I'll show you it. Alright, so, well, got a ballot all put back together, screws are tightened up, and it's reassembled. Now, as you can see, it's just one unit. So when you go to put it back together, make sure that you line up your release screw with the screw hole. And pretty easy stuff. So it just goes, put it in, twist it, and then make sure your hole's lined up. So it just threads in like that. So now I'm going to finish assembling the reel. So first I'm going to put the bushing in there. After I put that in there, next is the drag adjustment. So make sure, now it has a groove cut in this bottom edge, so make sure that goes down. Should throw on there fairly easy. Might have to hold on to it a little bit to get the thread on. There we go. And then on goes the handle. That was kind of a cool vintage one. As you can see, the handle's kind of marbled. It's neat. I gotta look up how old this is. I really don't know. And then last is your oil cup. And I just got a text. And then last but not least is the set screw. Come on, get in there. There we go. All right. Now then, nice and smooth, and I'm getting more text. So, sounds good. That's pretty much it. Anyway, that's the assembly of the reel. Hopefully I got it all together right. Thanks for watching.